conversation, a flicker of a smile from you. I know you're waiting for my eyes to say what to do.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Makeup Chair. Today I want to share with you my no foundation makeup routine. This is no foundation on my face whatsoever, and the balance that I do with the rest of my makeup, so like my lips and my eyes and my brows. It's all about customizing it to work for your skin as well, so bear that in mind. I talk about this on Snapchat and Instagram, and I get so many requests of people wanting to talk through the exact routine, so that's what I'm doing today. So let's get started. So to begin, I've already done a quick cleanse, and then I'm applying an SPF. You should be applying an SPF every day anyway. But in particular, when you are going makeup free, you're not going to have any protection at all, because typically makeup creates a barrier. It has an added SPF of some sort. But if you're going makeup free, you gotta protect your skin. And this is a great SPF because it feels really lightweight on the skin. So if you usually don't like SPF, this is a great one to try. Now I'm going to be using a glowing spray. So what it's going to do is create just an even skin tone. And I say this all the time, moisturized skin always looks better. Like, look at the difference between my hands. One of them is moisturized, it looks more even, it looks youthful, it looks healthier compared to the other side that is really dry. And it just makes your skin look so much more even and healthier. So if you're going to skip everything else, never skip moisturizing. And I'm not just talking on your face, I'm talking any skin that's exposed, moisturize it. Now here is my secret weapon. I use a face primer. Now we're not going to be applying any makeup on our skin, but what this primer does is it blurs out imperfections. So the one that I'm using has a built-in SPF for defending the skin. You have one for large pores, which is the optical illusion one. You have one for shine and oiliness, which is called De-Slick, which I'll show you guys how to use at the end of the video. Typically, I'm not a huge fan of Decay, but I just love these. These are amazing on bare skin, but also under your makeup. Moving on to eyebrows, I have the Benefit Brow Pencil, which is almost used up. But the reason I'm using a pencil and not anything else is because I want to create little tiny hairs. So we're not using really sharp lines, we're not using long lines to define the brows, we're using short little strokes. And what this will do is create a really natural finish. It's going to look like you just have perfect eyebrows, even if you don't. And because we're not using any concealer around our brows and we still want to keep them quite sharp, just use a facial wipe to go around and sharpen them up. I'm then going to spritz the other side with some hairspray and brush this through. If you tend to break out around your eyebrows, don't do this. Just use a regular brow gel. However, my brows do not stay in place unless I use some hairspray. Lashes are next, and as you guys know, I never leave the house without false lashes on. I just love them so much. So first of all, I'm going to curl my natural lashes and then applying some mascara. One thing I always forget to mention is you've got to flip your hand over when you're applying your mascara. The smaller edge of the mascara one needs to be pointing towards the inner corner. So whether you're left-handed or right-handed, make sure to flip your hand over to get the right shape for your lashes. And once the mascara dries, I can then go in with my lashes. Now I'm using 105s, but I cut about 1/3 off the edge. And I've already done an in-depth video on how I apply my false eyelashes, which I will link in the top of the screen and also in the description box. Highly recommend checking that video out because it goes into a lot more detail. But honestly, they look like you have eyelash extensions in. Highlighter is next. Now this is optional, but I do find it adds a little glow to the skin. So I'm going to apply a shade that matches my skin pretty well. So I'm using the silver because I am very pale. If you're a little bit warmer toned, you want to choose something a little warmer. However, it's not creamy enough for me. So I am going to apply a moisturizer with it to create more of a natural finish. So just a little bit of a cream moisturizer mixed up with the cream highlighter and applied on the top of the cheekbones, the center of the nose, the cupid's bow, basically anywhere where you want to add a natural shine. Now the next step you can totally skip, but is to apply a little bit of coverage. And I'm using these lightning drops because they're very highly pigmented, so a tiny dot is all I'm going to need. And I just applied this on my nose because I burnt my nose when I was out in the sun the other day. And even though you might be like, well, that didn't make a difference, it still has made a difference. And that's the most important thing when it comes to natural makeup. Everything that you do is making a difference, even if it doesn't look it. It's actually a good thing that we can't tell. For the lips, I'm going super natural again. I basically want to look like I'm not wearing anything on my lips. And this lip pencil is amazing. It's like, where have you been all my life? It's incredible. It's a clear lip pencil, so it literally has no color. But what it does is it blurs out the lips and makes them look a lot more even. It also works as a fantastic base for lipstick, but by itself, I love it. But I am going to be applying shade 272, which is a liquid matte shaker. This is great for adding just a bit of pigment to your lips. And I've chosen a shade that's pretty identical to my natural lip color, and all it's going to do is to even it out slightly. And my very last step is to deal with this shine on my skin. So I'm going to use the De-Slick one by Urban Decay and just apply this where I need it, which is in the center of my forehead, but you can apply this on any areas that you need to. So that is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoy this. It's not about being airbrushed or flawless or anything. It's just about just being you. Because I love makeup and I love the artistry of it, but sometimes it's nice to just be yourself and feel confident in your own self. And definitely let me know if you'd like to see a video with no makeup whatsoever. So absolutely no makeup, and some tips and tricks on how to feel just confident in yourself and going makeup free. Definitely let me know in the comment section or give this video a thumbs up to let me know if you'd like to see that. And I will see you guys bright and early on Monday. Well, not bright and early because it's like 6 o'clock.